Here is a discussion between an option specialist and a new trader. The specialist says, let's discuss option pricing and risk neutral valuation. The new trader asks, how do we determine the fair price of an option? The specialist further explains, option prices are influenced by factors like stock price, volatility, and the time to expiration. The binomial tree model helps us to model stock price movement and calculate option price. The trader wants to know more and says, can you show me how to calculate the price of a call option using this model? The specialist starts a detailed explanation through an example. Let's consider a call option on a stock with a current price of $20 and other conditions as follow. Now let's delve into a detailed example on a call option. This example is with a strike price K equal to $21. Time to maturity is 3 months, and which is converted to a quarter of a year, 0.25, and risk neutral interest rate is 0.04 or 4%. The initial price is $20. The price may increase by a factor of 1.1, resulting in a final possible price of $22, or decrease by a factor of 0.9, resulting in a final possible price of $18. In this scenario, the potential payoff is either 1 or 0, as indicated on the tree. The main goal here is to determine the premium of the option at t is equal to 0, or today, or during the contract formation. We start by constructing a portfolio of delta shares. A fraction is possible for each short position of the option. After 3 months, the portfolio becomes either 22 times delta minus 1 if the price go up, or 18 times delta if the price go down. If the portfolio is riskless, 22 times delta minus 1 should be equal to 80 times delta. Calculating for delta, this gives us delta is equal to 0.25. Thus, the final riskless portfolio becomes 4.5. With the arbitrage-free assumption, today's portfolio value should be the final portfolio value multiplied by the discount factor. Now, equating the initial portfolio with this, we get the premium for the option. Delta is the number of units of the stock we should hold for each option shorted in order to create a riskless portfolio. Delta hedging is sometimes referred to as construction of a riskless portfolio. Now let us explain risk-neutral valuation based on a one-period binomial model in a general setting for any derivative. Here S0 stands for the price of the stock today, where U and D represent the factors by which the price move up or down. If the price may rise to U times S0 or fall to D times S0, resulting in the payoff of FU or FD respectively. Construct a portfolio containing delta shares for each short position of the option. At the expiration, the possible portfolio will be VU or VD. The portfolio is riskless if the value is the same regardless of uncertainty, giving us the delta. With the calculated delta, we get the final riskless portfolio denoted by VT. With the arbitrage-free assumption, today's portfolio value should be the final portfolio value multiplied by the discount factor, which is e to the power of minus r times t multiplied by Vt. Thus, equating this with the initial portfolio, we obtain the premium of the option. Interpret P and 1 minus P as probability of up and down movements in a risk-neutral world. Here is the main point. The premium is equal to the expected payoff multiplied by the discount factor in the risk-neutral world. The takeaways. 1. Risk-neutral valuation is a very important general result in the pricing of derivatives. It is also work when the stock price follows a continuous time stochastic process rather than discrete one. It is a result that is true regardless of the assumptions made about the evolution of the stock price. But how do we choose U and D in this calculation? One way of matching the volatility is to set U is equal to e to the power of sigma times the square root of delta t. This is a theory of Cox, Ross, and Robinson in 1979. So, to apply risk-neutral valuation to the pricing of any derivative, the derivative may be call option, put option, or any other one. First, we calculate what the probabilities of different outcomes would be if the world were risk-neutral. Next step, calculate the expected payoff from the derivative and discount that expected payoff as the risk-free rate of the interest.